Good evening and welcome to my Pilates Online. My name is Sabrina and this evening we'll be doing a fundamental beginner's Pilates workout using a small ball. And if you don't have a small ball, you can just use a toilet roll, a full one, and it will work pretty much the same, not as great for one or two things, but basically more or less the same. Okay, so let's get ready to begin. We are going to start on our mat seated. Make sure you've got a thick enough mat, you've got your towels, you've got your pillows, you've got your props, you've got all your little goodies to make your exercises comfortable for your body. Okay, we've all got different bodies and different things going on in our bodies, so you may have to modify and adjust accordingly. Before we get into the movement, I just wanted to do a little quick breathing exercise. And if you're not so comfortable in this position and you would prefer to lay down, you can lay down. If you want to sit on a cushion, a little block, you can do that, no problem. But as long as you are comfortable and you can just relax while you're breathing, okay? All we're going to do is deeply inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Nasal breath is directly linked to our nervous system and it helps slow your heart rate down and helps relax and soothe you. And so often we revert to our breathing through our mouth. So we're going to take deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth for 10 big breaths. On the 10th breath, we're going to exhale and really empty out. And then we're going to hold our breath. So we're going to exhale everything. And when you can't exhale anymore, you actually hold your breath for 10 seconds. I'm going to count. After the 10 seconds, we'll breathe normally again. We'll do another 2 more rounds of the same thing, another 10 breaths. After the 10th breath, we empty out, we hold this time for 20 seconds. We do it one more, third, final round, 10 breaths, and after the third breath, exhale, empty it out, and hold for 30 seconds. Okay, so just try it with me. Let's oxygenate the body and get the heart and lungs working as well. It can become quite tiring to continuously breathe in and out through your nose, and I want you to importantly try and maintain a pace with me. Don't slow down and get distracted. Use me to keep presence and stay focused. Okay, so sitting or laying down comfortably, ready. Inhale through the nose, out the mouth 10 times. Let's go together. Last one. Empty it out, all out, and then hold your breath on that empty. 10-second hold. And regular breathing. Well done. Let's go into the second round. Just warming up. Ready. 10 breaths in and out through the nose. We go. I want you to think of expanding the rib cage wide, using your abdominals. Let's go. 2. Last one. And breathe. Woo! Definitely a difference during the 20 seconds. Okay, one more round, final challenge. 30-second hold. After the 10th, empty it out. Ready? Give it your best. Let's go. Wide and full. Woo! And breathe. Let it go and just regulate that breathing. Now, for some of you that may have been really tough, for some of you it may have been a lot easier. Maybe some of you could hold the 30 seconds, but it's just a quick thing, easy to do and to practice while the breathing, because the breathing is so linked to the Pilates and so linked to finding a connection of what we're using, how we're using, why we're using. Okay, I hope you felt that nice expansion through the rib cage, getting all those small little muscles moving and grooving. Okay, good, and feeling oxygenated through the body. Let's place our toilet roll now down in between our knees. We can lay down on our spine on the small ball. Okay, so for this one, we're going into the pelvic curl series. I want you to make sure you don't have any cushion, any elevation of the neck, okay? I want you to have a nice flat spine, unless, yeah, okay, rather, that's it. Feet a little bit, about a foot space between heels and glutes. Squeeze your ball, reach your arms down low. Wide collarbones, take a nice deep inhale through the nose again. So same thing, that breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Just finding your abdominal connection. Inhale through the nose, wide breath. Exhale, drawing your navel in. Putting in your tummy as tight as you can, imagining your navel touching the front of your spine. Again, inhale. Exhale. Pulling your belly button in and all the muscles below your belly button. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now that you found that connection, you're going to start moving and tilting the pelvis. As you exhale and draw your belly and abdominals in, I want you to gently tilt your pelvis by lifting your pubic bones slightly higher than the two hip bones. Okay, so breathing in through the nose, exhale, drawing the tummy in and lifting pubic bone up. So just gently lifting your tailbone off of the mat, finding some length and stretching that lower spine. Try and scoop as much as you can here without lifting your bum too high. Really tilt the pelvis. Inhale, anchor tailbone down, neutral pelvis. Exhale, tilt and tuck. Lift it back up. And again, release it down. Exhale, use your breath and find it to connect through this movement. Release it down. Exhale, tilting, find that tailbone, lengthening and lifting. And inhale, release back down. Exhale, draw in, tuck and lift. And release it down. Inhale, exhale, scoop and tuck. Good. Now I want you to start squeezing a little bit gently into your toilet roll or into your small ball. To feel your inner thighs start joining this movement, start joining this flow. We're pulling in everything below navel, drawing in nice pelvic connection. And we're squeezing and tucking gently through those glutes to lift the pubic bone. And then that squeeze and a little bit of pressure into that small ball of inner thigh. So all of these areas working together make up the core. And we can just keep it small and gentle and really warm it up. And then make it a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger, a little bit higher. Exhale, roll those hips up now, a little bit higher. Inhale, roll the spine back down. Creating more movement in your lower spine. Rolling up, and what we're doing here is articulating the way we roll through the spine, one vertebra at a time, rolling up, and one vertebra at a time, landing down. Scoop and tuck, and roll down. What you want to make sure you're doing here is keeping your pubic bone higher than the two hip bones the whole while you're lifting up in the curl. You never want to drop the pubic bone to lift the hip bones higher than the curl. then you'll lose the glute connection and you'll start using your lower back muscle. And we want to avoid that here. So you should really start feeling those muscles working now. We're going to try go even a little bit higher if we can. Okay? Isolating that movement, lifting through that lower spine, and controlling the landing. You never want to collapse. Think of landing one bone at a time, lifting and flexing one bone at a time. And almost unconsciously, you're going to want to let your inner thighs open wide and collapse. And that's why it's nice to have the ball in between your knees or the toilet roll to just give you that feedback of keeping constant inner thigh activation through this movement. Make sure you're still exhaling on the lift and inhaling on the lowering down. That you're imprinting your feet into the mat, and that you're now using those hamstrings as well to really keep the height of the hips. You're staying parallel with your feet, nice and straight, and you're trying to flatten any kinks through the arms and the wrists. We're going to do 3 more. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Flex and tuck, making sure the glutes, hamstring, and pelvic floor are all working together. You're not just holding it all in one area and completely slapping in another. We're going to go one more time. Exhale, roll it up and hold it there. Notice, do your hips want to sway side to side? Are you lifting higher through one side? If you are, I need you to square and align yourself so that you are equal and even. Working especially on the side you know you may tend to ignore. Hold it there and then squeeze more into those inner thighs. If you feel any lower back sensation, you need to lower down a little bit and deepen the tuck of the pelvic floor drawing in, of the navel pulling in, and the lifting of the pubic bone, okay? So that you don't feel any lower back sensation. And then roll it down all the way. Good. Gently lift your legs up, grab your knees to stretch that lower spine, and just rock your pelvis side to side. Good. Placing it back down. This time you're going to lift your heels up. I don't want you to lift your heels and lock your heels. I want you to float them and hover there. If you tend to lock your heels, think of 8 out of 10 high heels, not 10 out of 10. So that way you'll feel more work happening through your lower legs and through your feet and ankles. Keep your heels hovering. You're going to squeeze your ball and gently release. Exhale, squeezing ball or your roll and release. So just really intensifying the inner thigh squeeze and connection here. I want you to go for it and squeeze your max, especially if you're using a ball and not a toilet roll. Really go for that inner thigh abduction here. And again, make sure that it's an equal load. Left and right are doing the same thing. And that you haven't forgotten about the ankles, they're not locked. Good. Squeezing all the way through, trying to get those knees to touch or that ball to pop. 4 more. Exhale as you exert and squeeze. Inhale, gently release. 1 more. You're going to hold your squeeze. Just hold it there. Those inner thighs should be talking to you by now. Good. And then see if you can pulse and squeeze, tiny little pulses of the knees, squeezing the ball even more, squeezing that roll even more. Equally, it's a tiny little squeeze just to toast those inner thighs and make them extra crispy. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release the inner thigh and lower the heels. Good. Pelvic curl, breathing in, reaching those fingertips. Tilting the pelvis, lengthen that tailbone, and then start lifting it up as you draw the navel in. Hollow that belly and roll the hips up, but keep the ribs connected and drawn down. Holding that curl, really emphasizing pubic bone lifting higher than 2 hips. Inhale, lift the arms without shrugging your shoulders into your ears. Exhale, fan the air back down. Moving through the arms without dropping the hips. 2. Inhale, exhale. 3. Inhale, exhale. 4. Squeeze and lift a bit higher if you can. 5. We do 3 more. One more. You're going to leave your arms up overhead, reaching, and then rolling that spine back down, 1 vertebra at a time, and think of lengthening, elongating the longest spine that you can anchor. Once your spine is anchored, grab your hands together and shift your upper body, just your upper body, over to the side. Breathe in and let your one hand grab the other wrist and pull your side body open. So the side that you're leaning towards is going to be the same hand side that grabs the wrist. So if you're leaning to the left, your left hand's grabbing your wrist. And then let's go to the other side. Just adjust yourself, but don't move your hips, only your upper spine. If you're leaning to the right now, your right hand is grabbing the opposite wrist. And then center yourself back to the middle. Good. Okay. Now I want you to grab that ball. Just place it at your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tilt and tuck, pelvic curl rolls up. You're going to place the ball or the toilet roll just under the hips, where you feel a little bit of support, but you're not resting there, dropping. You've got to scoop and lift up as if it's basically not there. You're just storing it here, we're not even using it, okay? So minimal support, lift that pubic bone up. And then make sure your feet are together here for this one. Okay. You're going to lift your heels up again to hover off of that mat. You're lifting and tilting your pubic bone. Your hips are equally height. Nice and level. And you're going to open and close your knees. Inhale, exhale. Try and get your knees to touch and squeeze. It's not easy, but just do the best you can while keeping your bum hovering off your ball and your rock. We go for 5. And remember, you can just do this lower if you're struggling to lift the hips as high. 2 more. 1 more. Squeeze, lift the hips, removing the ball and rolling the spine down. 1 vertebra at a time. Lowering your heels. Very good. Okay. Now you're going to stay there. You're going to put 1 foot on your ball or on your toilet roll. Now, if you're using the toilet roll, make sure you're really not stepping too hard in that ball. Okay? It's going to be harder for you because you don't want to squash your toilet roll, where you have a little bit less pressure using an actual ball. So, pelvic curl, same thing, just 1 foot is on something that's a little bit not so stable, that we cannot put as much steady weight into. Just try. Height is not important. Technique and connecting, tilting, and lifting correctly is what's important here. Breathe in to prepare. Draw the navel to spine, tilting the hips and pelvis, and then exhale, roll those hips up. Breathing in, hold it there, exhale, roll down. Neutral pelvis, repeat. Exhale, tilt and scoop, roll it up. Try keep it equal with the hips. And then roll it down. It's going to be tough because 1 foot standing on something. Exhale, tilt, but you've got to maintain that as equal level hips. Up we go. And roll down. And again, exhale. Don't let that ball roll out away from you when you're standing and lifting the hips. Roll back down, exhale.
Again, flex and tuck, scoop, pull in the belly. Up we go. And roll down. Last one. Exhale, tuck and tilt. Hips up. Breathe, squeeze, reach those fingertips. And exhale, slowly down we go. Good. Change legs. And this is just to add a little bit more balance, stability, and control. Getting a little bit of fire into those hamstrings. Okay? So, feet are aligned. You don't have one foot forward and one back. They're still next to each other. One is just standing on a prop. Breathe in to prepare. Reach those arms. Tilt and flex, and exhale, scoop, roll those hips up. You want to make sure you're not feeling any lower back pain or strain. Roll back down. Get a deeper connection and don't lift as high if that is the case. Otherwise, practice keeping still, 2 feet on the floor. And then rolling back down. Exhale, tuck, flex, scoop, lift it up. Feel that traction and holding on through that hamstring. Roll down through center. Last one, exhale, scoop and tuck. I think this is number 5. And roll it down, all the way down. Well done. Very, very good. Okay. From there, take your ball, take your roll. Have a little sip of water if you want. And then laying on your spine, you can now put your ball or your roll as a headrest if you'd like. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's just optional. And then we're going to level the arms out to a nice T position. From here, keeping that nice level neutral pelvis. So if we had to put a ruler or a leveler, just to measure, across our hips, we'd have to see that the water in that leveler stays the same. And then we go, the hips are neutral. The minute one is dropping, we lose that neutral. So I want you to keep that neutral. Imagine a bowl of water on your pelvis. Put some water in that bowl. The water in that bowl needs to stay level while moving, okay? So, keeping this pelvis stable, you're going to float. You can start with lifting the heel, and then you're going to float one foot up into tabletop. This 90-degree angle is our tabletop leg. We're going to not move the knee. So it's not the shin or the foot up and down. We're going to move at the hip joints. So it's going to be the thigh moving up and down. So I've got to maintain that 90-degree angle of my knee while I move through my hip. And what I'm doing here is just associating while keeping stable, neutral level hips and pelvis. And for some of you, especially in the beginning, you just want to rather feel that, yes, my hips are not moving. They are staying nice and level and stable while I lift and drop my leg. If you need to do it a bit slower, then you just do it a bit slower. Okay? Now keep it up and tabletop. Slightly turn it into a V position, your foot and knee. So you're externally rotating slightly. And extend the knee and bring it back to tabletop. Extend the knee. Good. Flex the foot, try getting to that straight knee. And notice when my leg is straight, my thighs are still aligned. I'm not extending the leg up here or down here. It's still level so that I'm controlling my movement. 90 degree, extend to 45 while keeping my 2 hip bones level and neutral. Notice how I'm going to pull into the quads, into the thigh muscles, which is connected to the hip and glute, which is connected to our core. We're getting the thighs strong, getting these hip flexors strong is really incorporated in our beginner routine. It's so important for everything that we build on from here. Let's do 3 more. Exhale on the extension of the knee and inhale, return. Good. And then place and rest it down on the mat. Going through the other side now. We're going to go through the hip, not the knee. 90 degree tabletop, tapping down and lifting back up. So notice here now, do you tend to sink in one hip slightly or lift? Can you keep a nice level neutral pelvis? If not, and you feel there's a little bit of a tilt or a little bit of a shift, you've got to work, lift, move, adjust to where you can feel, okay, now I'm back to a little bit level, whether it's lifting that hip bone higher up to the ceiling to make the water in your imaginary bowl level again. So important, and that you can feel what that is like. If you don't need the hands on the hip, it can still stay connected to feeling what that feels like, and you can keep your arms out in a T position. Then notice now that you've dissociated and you're not working through your knee, you're not working through your incorrect place. When does that hip flexor start to fatigue? Does it start fatiguing quite soon? Can the other leg remain stable? Do you need to slow it down in order to remain more stable, or can you keep a steady pace? Good, now keep the leg up in tabletop. Externally rotate the leg slightly. Flex your foot and then extend your knee. Inhale, return back tabletop. Exhale, extend. So now we're moving through the knee as well, yes. Returning back to 90. Good. But extending the knee, not collapsing, so that we're still working into the core. And we're working into the thighs as well. So important that you're not compensating and sinking in any hip bones. The water in that imaginary bowl is still level. Sometimes just slowing it down completely is all you need to do. There's no rush. Doing it slower and correctly is much more important than doing a whole bunch more reps that are not correct. Okay? And you find the connection with what you're doing. Understand what you're doing. Let it make sense to you, because that's how you're going to remember. And you want to learn what you're taking from this and carry it every day through your movements and exercise, not just when you're in the class here in the live moment. 2 more. Extend that knee, bring it back. 1 more. Good. And place that foot down. We're going to go into chest lift. So interlace your, well, we're going to hold the ball because we got the ball today. Hover the elbows up, and we're going to exhale, lift the chest, and inhale, drop down. Exhale, chest up. We're going to lift that floor and back up. Now, what do we do here? We got to make sure that you're not dropping your chin on your chest. That is not a head movement. That's a chest lift, not a head lift. We stabilize that joint in the neck. We lift from the chest up. Inhale down. We keep the eye line fixed so that we don't move the neck, because the neck follows what the eye sees. Exhale, chest up. Inhale down. Don't get distracted. Eyes are staying fixed. Exhale, flex and hinge. Inhale down. Elbows are in the corner of your eyes and they stay there. Okay? Good. This is when you really feel the blood and the temperature rise in the body. Keep going. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Equally lifting from both your sides. 2 more. Chest up, hinge at rib cage. 1 more. And lower it down for a breather rest. Well done. So for that one, if your neck is taking over, you really want to be more strict in keeping it stable and finding your abdominal lift there, okay? So important to get that right. So important. Okay, from there now, I want you to take the ball back down, and you're going to place 1 foot on the ball or the toilet roll. Flatten your spine back down. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift your chest up, and then lift the other leg up into tabletop. Inhale, lower your chest and lower your leg. Exhale, chest up with leg, and inhale back down. Again, hinge at the ribs, head in the hands, and slowly down. 3 more. Exhale, chest up, leg lift. Breathe in, lengthen. 2 more. That water in the bowl stays level. Last one. Hold it here and rest it down. Good. Change feet with your bowl. Breathe in to prepare. Hover your elbows. Exhale, chest up with leg lift and down. And if this is too much, you're going to try to leg lift again on their own. And then chest lift again on their own. And then try to put the 2 together to increase the load. 3 more. 2 more. Exhale, lift hinge, staying out of that neck. 1 more and hold. And rest it down. Well done. Very good. Okay. From here, you're going to put the other foot back onto the ball. And you're going to tabletop the other leg. You're going to extend that leg up. You're going to grab behind your leg. You're going to give it a little pull and open that hamstring. Okay. Then you're going to walk up the leg and you're going to tap your ankle. Or perhaps you can tap your toes and then walk back down. And then repeat. 2 pulses, stretch, walk up, reach. Hamstring stretch, pull for 1 and 2, walk up and tap. Okay, we keep going. Exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. That's it. Go. 2 pulses. Climb it up, little tap. If you need a pillow under your head here, use it so that it's not a neck strain. You're going for 1 more. Pull and pulse. Climb and touch. And rest down. Bend the knee and change sides. Okay. Tabletop the leg, extend that leg, clasp your fingers behind your knee and thigh, pull into that leg, stretch out that hamstring, and then walking up the leg, tapping the ankle, and walking down. 2 pulses. Try to keep your foot on your ball still. Two pulses. Pull, walk it up, little tap. 2 pulses, otherwise just pulse and stretch. Okay, you can try to lift, you don't even have to lift if it goes into the neck. And we go for 1 more. Pulse it up, tap, and release. Good. 2 feet on the ball. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach your fingers, walk them on the mat away from you, and 10 pulses higher. 9, 8, 7. If you need support, you can put your hands on your thighs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower it down. Good. Well done. I want you to, from there, we're going to lay onto our sides. Have some water. Okay, let's go on to our side. So first and foremost, make sure you are in a nice straight line. If you want to use your ball or your roll as a headrest, otherwise you can use a pillow, up to you. Using your mat to see that you're aligned on in a straight line, that you're not laying diagonally skew on the mat. It's very important that we are aligning our body and spine. From there, you're going to bend the bottom leg to 90 degrees. The knees in line with hip. Okay? What you want to notice here is that the hips are rolling back and forward, that you're keeping perpendicular to the mat and square. Your free hand can help keep you stable. Use it if you need it. If you don't, make it more challenging without using it. And if you need to use it, there's no problem. Draw that shoulder down. You don't want to go into extra upper trap tension. Okay? Staying square on your side. Bottom leg now. We're going to lift it up in line with the hip. Okay? Hovering above the floor. From there, this is the starting position. We lift up the bent knee to align it with the bottom leg in tabletop. There's a little bit of gap here, hip distance apart. We extend it back long. The leg is still in line with my hip. I haven't collapsed it. We extend the leg long and then we lift it up abducting. Okay, I'm not letting my hips roll back and forward. I'm keeping them stacked and steady. We go. Bend tabletop, extend knee and open up. Bend, stretch and lift. Okay, I really want you to try and lift your straight leg in line with your hip. Bend and stretch, not to the front corner, keep it in line with the body, lift. Bend knee to 90, stretch the leg, lift it up. Okay. Keep that fist distance between your knees, you're not collapsing down. Your leg stays hovering above the floor, and that will also keep you out of any hip pain or strain. It tends to be a little bit of aggravation in the hip. Keeping just that bit of space is going to make a difference. Just the same way when you're laying in bed with a little cushion between your knees and it just alleviates that pressure. We've got to get stronger on those muscles that help hold and lift to create a bit of gap between the knees. We're going to do 2 more. Lift up. 1 more. And rest it down. Good. Just a quick rest. We lift the leg back up, aligning it with the hip and body. We bring it back to that bent position, so it's mirroring the other leg. And we're going to drop that leg down to touch knee and foot and lift up. Knee and foot, lift. Touch knee and foot, lift knee and foot. Touch at the same time, lift at the same time. And then just look at your knees. Are you pulling one knee back and shortening the length of one of your thighs? So that pullback comes from the hip. Or are both your thighs and knees equal length? They've got to be equal length. You're lifting your knee and foot equal height. Good. You should feel it burning. Good. Keeping the hips still stacked and level here. You're not rolling back and forwards. Good. Nearly there. We're going to do 3 more. 2 and 1. Extend that leg. Keep it hovering. You're going to drop your toe to touch the mat. Lift it. Drop your heel to touch the mat. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Okay? Just a little internal and external rotation of taps on the mat coming from the hip. Notice what you need to do. Try and keep them stacked to get that heel and toe to touch. That's good. That little rotation comes from the hip, not the ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Good. Good, good, good. Now we're going to come up onto the side body. Keep your bottom leg bent where it was. Top leg also still straight. I want you to lift your body up into a modified side plank and rest down. Arm up, lift your hips, open up your side body and bring it back down. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, drop it down. Breathe in, hips up, lift up and out of shoulder and down. 2 more. Lifting up and down. You can do this on the forearm. Hips up. Okay, if there's any wrist issue. Lift it up. Breathe into the rib. And release it down all the way. Good. Let's go on to the other side. Okay. So align your body. Nice, strong, straight line. Square those hips. We're going to bend the bottom leg 90 degrees. Okay, good. Lengthening that top leg now. Pick it up and hover that leg in line with your hips. Staying square on your side. Imagine yourself in those two glass planes. Don't touch the glass in front and touch the glass behind. There we go. Okay. So you're going to lift up your bent knee at tabletop. You're going to extend your knee and you're going to lift that leg. Now, if it's quite tough for you, your body, your mind's going to say, bend your knee when you lift your leg. It's easier. It helps. But you really want to force to hold that straight leg and lift. To not bend and cheat it. So that you start working into those unused areas that are avoiding doing this work. Because guess what? Another area compensates for the work. And then we just create more imbalance, more pain. And we really want to avoid pain and find ease and comfort through our everyday movements. Good. Bend, leg comes up. Extend your knee, lift it up. Without rocking forwards and backwards through the hips. Pick it up and then feel. Is it the thigh that needs to get stronger? Or is it the glute that needs to get stronger? 3 more. Keeping that little bit of gap between both your legs. Good. Last one. Extend it and rest it down. Good. You're going to bring it up, bend it, hover it. Look at your knees and thighs, equal length, lift and drop. Maintaining tabletop. What you want to be strict about here is that you're not rolling your hips back in order to lift your leg. And you want to notice that you're lifting your foot as high as your knee and your knee as high as your foot. Try not to collapse down. Land gently. Whoa, my glute is feeling it on this side. I hope you're feeling it too. Good. So you're completely dissociating without rocking the torso actually back or forwards as you open up that hip and find that abduction, strength and connection. Good. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good. Extending that leg long. We drop toe and heel. External and internal rotation. Let your hands support you and keep you stable. And try and get that big toe and then that heel to touch down. Little taps and touches. Good. And move from that hip down to that foot, knees rotating. From that hip, internal, external. Get it all working, get it all moving and connected. Feel how everything is linked. Good, 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 good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest it. Good. Lifting the body right up here, keeping the bottom leg bent and the top leg straight. We're going to inhale, lift the hips up, stretch and open that side body, and bring it back down. Again, inhale, lift up and out of that shoulder, anchor the foot as you lift up and drop that body down. Too much for the wrist, forearm. Lift up and lower it down. Breathing in, make sure that elbow is stacked if you are on the forearm, or that your wrist is stacked under the shoulder. Lift and open the hips. Take nice deep inhales through the movement. Breathe in. Make sure you don't hang in the shoulder. We go for one more. And then release it down. Good. We're going to roll onto our tummy nice and gently. Okay. And we are going to put our hands on our ball above our head. We're going to keep our head hovering above the mat. Unless you've got any shoulder nigglies and you want to go a bit wider, you don't have to use the ball. You can just have your hands on the mat. Keep elongating through the back of the neck. And we're just hovering the chest gently and the nose and head just lightly, okay? We're going to tuck the belly in and tilt the pubic bone into the mat, getting a nice pelvic connection, creating length in that lower spine. We're going to open the legs slightly. And we're just going to start picking one leg up at a time, okay? I want you to stretch your long legs out of the hip sockets, okay? Strictly no bending of the knees here. Feel that your two hip bones are remaining level. So if I took that imaginary bowl again and placed it on your lower back now with some water, you would have to keep the water in the bowl level on your lower spine while lifting one leg up at a time. So think of the extension and opening that you need to create in the front of your hip as you lengthen your leg and lift it up. The hamstring connection, the glute connection. Good. Good. Now hold it up and keep one leg up. You're going to bend the knee, keeping the knee as high as you can and stretch. Bend and stretch that same leg without dropping your thigh. Keep the knee up and just isolate. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Flex foot on bend, point on extend. 4 more. Don't drop your knee to the floor. Keep it up. Stretch out the back of the neck. 1 more. And lower it down. Lengthen the other leg up nice and long. Flex it in and stretch it out. Make sure you're not dropping your knee. You're going to feel you sink into one hip. Try to keep as level as possible. Lift that knee up. Last one. And lower it down. Good. Now, hands on the ball, or you can do this hands at your sides if you've got the roll or you have any shoulder issues. We're going to do basic back extension. So inhale, lift your head and chest to hover as you draw your shoulders down and back away from your ears and gently press into your ball or to the mat or the toilet roll and release it down on an exhale. Just to engage your upper back muscles. We're trying to activate and engage them while still lengthening the spine. So I can activate and engage like this and scratch up in the wrong places. Or I can activate and engage like this, elongating through my spine, stabilizing using the correct muscles. Exhale, release it. And again. Exhale. Also a little bit of abdominal stretch, possibly. But feel that those wing bones are really drawing down the spine. A little bit of a press into that ball or floor. And I mean, you could be doing it here at your side without the ball. Same principles apply. Still using upper back, and you shouldn't feel any lower back pain, strain, or sensation. You're really going to tuck in the belly. Imagine laying on that little ice cube, tilting your pubic bone into the mat. Use your inhales to lift up, exhales to lower. Breathing in, lift up, and exhale. And if there's no issues, you can try go a little bit higher, but not by hanging in the spine, by using those muscles along the spine to lift up and extend, create more length through that back. Breathing in, shoulders back and down. One more, hold it there. And release it down. Well done. Good. Bringing your hands at your sides. Press yourself up into a rest position. Take nice wide, full breaths into your rib cage. And just gently tucking your tummy as you create length in your lower back and tailbone. 2 more breaths. One more. And then tuck in your abdominals and round and roll your spine back up as you restack it. And then taking it to a seated position for a stretch or 2. I want you to prop yourself up if you need a little bit of elevation in your seated position to be a bit more comfortable, depending on the tightness of your body and what you're feeling. Okay. So first one, let's go into glute stretch. So you're going to place your ankle on your knee, and then you're going to lift your foot up. You really want to make it a bit easier. You can also do it laying down. It's the same stretch there, okay? Otherwise, seated position, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up, open your knee nice and wide. Bring that foot in closer if you can. Think of your chest drawing towards your shin and your shin drawing towards your chest. Keeping your knee open, lifting up tall. Good. Changing legs. Ankle to knee. Open that knee and hip. Bend the leg. Bring it in and up. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Open up that knee. Breathe. Keep your chest lifted. And then if you feel you ease into it, deepen your range and your position. Remember, you can easily do this laying down on your spine. If it's easier for you, if it's more comfortable, do it. Don't worry about it. It's the same thing. If you want a little bit more deeper stretch, if you need it, then maybe sitting is a bit better. Good. And then release it. We're going to do spine twist. So I want you with crossed legs, whether you're propped up or not, okay? Opposite hand to opposite knee. Other hand behind the body. Lift up the spine, breathe in and twist the spine. Look past your shoulder. Really twist and rotate from your chest and your sternum, and then bring it back. Inhale, other side. Looking for the length. Lift up like a puppet on a string. And with that elongation, only then you twist the spine. Keeping open collarbones, not twisting like this. Open it up and then twist, lifting your crown to the ceiling. Breathe in, twist, 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 twist. And let's go one more time each side. Opposite hand. Lift that spine, then twist it out. Rinse it like a rag. And release, other side. Breathing in, nice and tall, staying lifted. Hand behind you from the bottom, through the middle of the spine, through the upper, through the neck, and then gently releasing it. Well done. Onto your hands and knees here. 4-point kneeling, level neutral position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Keep the neutral pelvis. So remember that bowl of water, that imaginary bowl of water. Place it on your spine. Imagine it there. The water in the bowl has got to remain level as you extend your leg. Feel that you're tucking your ribs and your belly, and that water in the bowl is staying still as you lift up your leg. nothing changes in the spine. The challenge is to now still keep the water in the bowl level as you lift the opposite hand up and hold your balance without tensing up into your neck and shoulders. Try and lengthen your arm and leg further away from you. Squeeze into your glute. And the hand and arm that is connected to the mat, that shoulder, you don't want to sink down. Stay up, rest away from it, reach and hold there. Try and get that knee straighter. Now 10 little pulses higher. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, belly in. 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand down. The water in the bowl stays level. Lower the leg down. The water in the bowl stays level. Straight into the other side. We extend the leg with no compensation, no tilt and tuck. Ready, we lift the leg up with no change. When you're ready, you float the opposite arm up, no change. Hold it and we balance while we try and reach and extend a little bit more. Squeeze your glute, no neck and shoulder tension. Don't sink into the opposite shoulder. Find your stillness, find your abdominal connection, balance. Tiny pulses up, higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Still elongating. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand floats down. Nothing changes. Leg floats down. Nothing changes. Good. Cat stretch. Exhale. Now we curl in the tummy. Tuck the tailbone. Round and flex the spine up, protracting between the shoulder blades. In other words, spreading them apart away from the spine. Dropping that neck. Releasing the tension. Inhale, extend and lengthen the spine. We now lift that tailbone up. We now pick up the chest, but we drop the shoulders away from the ears. Looking up and over. And again, exhale, scoop, flex, tuck, tilt. Round it up. And then inhale, lengthen it out. Good. One more. Exhale, scoop and flex, creating movement through the spine. That's what you ideally want here. And then using your inhale to extend and lengthen that spine. Good. Level out your neutral spine, tuck your toes. Pick up your knees, hold your body weight, and then stretch your legs and flatten your feet. Good. Holding this upside down V position, make your necessary adjustments and find that stretch at the back of your legs, back of your knees as you try and flatten your feet. Good. And then bend one knee and stretch one leg, one at a time. Try flatten your back as you lift your tailbone in this position. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. 2 flat heels. Slowly walk back to your feet. Drop your head, neck, shoulders, bend your knees, soften. Lay on your thighs, release your neck and shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, tuck in your belly and start rolling up as you curl the tailbone down and restack your vertebrae. Inhale, take the arms back behind you. Breathe in, lift your chest. Circle your arms as you nod your chin and start exhale, rolling down. Hanging like a puppet on a string. Inhale, and again, tuck in the pelvic floor. Round, lengthen tailbone down, restack the spine. Last one, inhale. Big breath, wide and full. Nod that chin. Roll down. Hang into it there. Keep your knees nice and soft, that they stay in one steady spot. And then tuck in the belly and restack the spine. Just roll those shoulders out. Breathing, coming back to normal. Well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I feel fabulous. It was lovely. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next week for the next one.